Hello, my health and safety professionals. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. And in our today's video, we are going to look at we are still discussing the element 10, which is talking about fire. And in our today's topic, we are going to look at the control measures to minimize the spread of fires in our workplace. So that is what will take us through our today's video. In our previous video about the common causes of fires in our workplace, we are also left something that we need to talk about before we move on to our today's discussion. So we need to know the consequences of fires. If fire happens, what are the consequences? That is the little part that we need to talk about before we move on to our today's topic. So, the great consequences normally lies on the effect or the people who will be affected directly by the fires. If fire occurs, automatically, if it happens in an organization, then it can cause burn to people and properties. And in most cases, when human beings or people are affected by the fires, the most effect doesn't come to the direct burning, but rather it comes due to the smoke that normally suffocates people. So when a fire occurs, what normally kills people is not the direct blaze of fire, rather it is the smoke. And the reason is because the smoke is made up of several toxic properties, such as carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and some other particles such as soot. All these particles will result into the suffocation and the lack of oxygen which supports life, and that results in either a severe and catastrophic situation or due to a lack of breathing or even death. So if fire occurs, it is highly recommended that people should be evacuated from the area without any failure. By so doing, people will be saving life, and that is the priority to each and every organization. Now, sometimes if human beings are not directly affected, in most areas, the property or the facility is totally damaged. And if the organization buildings are damaged, and with their occupants or their materials or equipments, this effect is normally reversible, because most companies or most organizations, they normally insure their companies. They insure their companies. They put fire insurance, which may end up results into compensation to the loss of the whole organization with its equipments included. Let's embark into our today's discussion, where we are going to talk about the prevention of fire. We are going to talk about the prevention of fire, and our today's topic is going to be the control measures to minimize this risk of fires in workplaces. Now, since we have known the causes of fires in workplaces or organization, since we have known the reason why fire may start in workplaces, now let's look at the control measures that we will put in place in order to prevent the start of fire and the spread of fire. Let's talk about them one by one, and we discuss them into details so that we will be able to understand how we can put and implement the measures properly. For a fire to start, there must be three principles of fire. The first principle is the existence of fuel. The second principle is the existence of air, which is oxygen. And the third principle is the existence of ignition sources or heat. So these three principles, if they come together, then fire will start. And when we are talking about the control measures now, we need to consider these three principles, in that they are the only way we can put out fire. Through these three principles, we can put out fire by either removing one of it or separating all of them at once. So the best course of action to ensure fire safety is to prevent fires from even starting. Fire prevention can be based on some of the simplest ideas taken from the fire triangle. So the three principles of fire is what we refer to as fire triangles: fuel, source of ignition, and oxygen. Now, when you're talking about the control measures of fires, we normally talk about separating or controlling the fuel sources. Number two, controlling the ignition sources. And number three, controlling the oxygen or the presence of oxygen. The ignition sources, if we can put in place the no smoking policy in the workplace, and we monitor and implement the rules and the regulations, then we may end up control or even prevent the start of fire due to smoking. If we are going to put in place the housekeeping policy, where the storage of combustible materials will be done in a proper way, we are going to ensure that all the flammable gases and combustible materials are put separately out of reach, then we are going to prevent the start of fire. If we are going to ensure that there will be no any leakage from the LPG, liquid petroleum gases, or any oxygen oxygen cylinder, then there will be no any source of oxygen that will cause fire. And if we are going to put in place all the work activities which causes the ignition of fire, such as grinding, welding, or cutting, all these work activities, if they are taken into a consideration, all the safety measures, then we are going to prevent fire. And this will mark the end as we move on to the next topic in our next video. Thank you very much, as I believe this information has been helpful to you. And if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section. And if you have a specific request, then put it down there as we move forward to ensure all the topics are discussed into details. Thank you very much, and let's meet in our next video.